Alrighty, hello and welcome to the first ever Hamilton tier list. Well, not the first ever, my first ever Hamilton tier list. Let's go through our tiers first. Also, the music is by Stream Beats. Go check him out. Harris Heller, Alpha Gaming. Tier 1, Never Throwing Over Their Shot. That would be the S tier. Because, you know, my shot, great song. Riding Non-Stop, A tier. Still a great character, but, like, not the best, not the favorite one. The Farmer refuted them. Okay song, okay tier. Didn't say no to this. Hamilton, mate. Couldn't say no to this. Look what happened to him. Didn't become president. Boom. And the world ain't wide enough for them. Why are you here? What are you doing? Alright. We'll start from here. We'll start on the bottom. Samuel Seabury. Like, I kind of want to put him in the Farmer refuted them tier. But he's not a very good character. The Farmer Refuted song also not my favorite. Hot take. I feel really bad putting him in F tier. He only has one real song, and like sometimes, actually, in that song though, he has a good relationship going on with Hamilton. I like the tension that the song creates. So didn't say no to this. Philip Hamilton. Look, if I hadn't watched the Hamilton movie, he would have been in. Didn't say no to this tier, right? Like, he's there for like 2 songs. Because of having seen that Hamilton movie and having it live, I'm more than happy to put him in C tier. Mainly because it's so cute when Philippa Sue is doing that beatboxing shit. That's my jam. Love that shit. Okay, Peggy. Now, minor character, but her presence in Tyler Sisters is so cool. Like, just the Aunt Peggy is one of the most iconic lines. I can't put her in A tier just because she's not that prominent in the entire play, but I really like the character at the same time. So C tier again. Mariah Reynolds. Didn't say no to this. Absolute banger. I think it's Jasmine Cephas Jones is the actress's name, and she is absolutely phenomenal. And I know she's essentially there for one song, but that's A tier for me. Like, I have listened to Didn't Say No to this on repeat. I think it's one of the best songs in the entire playlist. It was great to see live. It was great to see in the movie. Solid A tier for me. James Madison. Definitely feel James Madison is a better character than Samuel Seabury. Again, I don't think he has that much of a presence. I'm not taking the mixtapes into account. And then he has a rap battle number 3, which is really cool. He does get more of a role there. But at the same time, he's great cannon fodder for Hamilton's assault, and he has some absolute sick things. I'm going to put Samuel Seabury on F, and then put James Madison in D tier. And by F, I don't mean like he's a hot bad character. It's just that his character is not my favorite, and like probably my least favorite character in it. Marquis de Lafayette. Man. David Diggs is, and to God, one of my favorite actors. I love him on Snowpiercer as well. On Blackish, he was hilarious. But my first S tier ranking easily. Guns and Ships, great song. His rapping is insane. Seeing Guns and Ships live was insane. Also is a really good differentiating factor for the play as well. I feel like Marquis de Lafayette is so important to give the play that rapping hip hop vibe. King George. I think King George is probably my favorite minor character. So he's definitely on D, he's definitely on F. His character is absolutely phenomenal, but at the same time, don't think he's S tier. His first song's okay. His second song is great, especially with the entire blues stick when he like taps a stick his staff down and it like I'm so blue and the lights gone blue. Amazing joke. King George spitting, great meme as well. I'm going to put him in A tier. But I think it might be a bit controversial given that I put Peggy in D tier. But I think 100% King George A tier character. John Lawrence, obviously one of the core 4 of the first half. His character I felt was quite minor. Not minor, like 10 Dual Commandments, great song. But I feel like Hamilton's character is more shown through that more than anything else. He would have been in D tier if I hadn't seen the musical on Disney Plus, and if I hadn't seen it live, because the playlist doesn't have his death tribute to him. And that is such an emotional scene. And that actually, not even C tier, he puts him at right, and he like that makes him writing non-stop 100%. In fact, like top of writing non-stop. Thomas Jefferson, what a man. What did I miss? Such a nice Broadway song. Like, yes, Hamilton has hip hop, yes, Hamilton has ode to classic, but his number is so unique with What Did I Miss? And it's, again, brings a very Marquis de Lafayette energy to the play, to the musical, sorry. And he is a great Marquis de Lafayette-esque anti-hero, especially with the rap battles. So, I think definitely high A, but I think I'll put him on S. James Reynolds. Good minor anti-hero. Very decent, but pretty average. Pretty average, only on one song. A key player, and his verse, I think, is amazing. His verse and the way he's delivered is great. I love the rhyme scheme of the verse as well. So I'll put him in the middle of the farmer refuted them tier, right? So, like, pretty high for such a minor character. While we're talking about minor characters, let's talk about George Eacker. Kills Philip Hamilton and starts a great story arc. But he is more of a character whose effects are heard more than seen, right? Because Uptown, again, great emotional song. And Philip dying is the tying factor that brings Eliza and Hamilton relationship back. I don't want to put him on F because his effects really good. But I will put him below Madison on. And that's simply because, like, one song, he also cheated, and I think cheated in the battle, or like that's what it's portrayed to be shown in the musical, and because of that, just don't like the kid. Fuck you. All right, Hercules Mulligan. Again, what a man, right? What a man. In Yorktown, and he bounced back and like Hercules Mulligan screaming that out. What a fucking moment, right? Like, he's definitely above average, definitely in A tier. I don't think he's quite S tier level. Also, I think the S tier shows my bias towards the weekdays, but oh well. I want to put him above King George and Manuel Reynolds, but I think the emotion, like he is, in my opinion, a fairly one-dimensional character that like he was Taylor, wanted to grow up, wanted to go there, wanted to like make a name for himself. But John Lawrence's emotional arc is so much more, and I think he still has the same like fun energy that Hercules Mulligan brings, just a little bit lower than that, which I think is important for the character. All right. Let's do Chris Jackson, aka George Washington. Such an important character, right? It's like he's only in the first half of the play because he dies. Spoiler. I definitely think he belongs in A. Here Comes the General is a great song. Better than King George. Better than Manuel Reynolds. Better than Mulligan. And better than John Lawrence. I think he's right now, top 8 tier character. Let's do Angelica. Okay, I would have put Angelica in D tier initially, but like I just don't think her songs were that impactful. She had a very like solitary story arc, which is fine. For me, the experience of Hamilton wasn't that improved by her story arc, and the fact that her story arc is historically inaccurate. So that's why I would have put her in D tier. But I've come to really appreciate Rewind. And I've come to really appreciate It's Quiet Uptown much more after seeing the actual in real life. And hence, I'm going to put her on top of C tier because the choreography of Rewind is amazing. In the recording, Elise Goldberg is her name, I think. Yeah, so Renee Elise Goldberg's, the emotion you feel in that song is also very intense. When I saw the live recording, so that's why top C tier. All right, let's do Charles Lee next, and then we will do in my opinion, the big three. Charles Lee, such a minor character, right? Probably belongs in F tier. But what's that song? I forget the song. But when he says, "I'm a general," I genuinely laugh out loud every time. I think that's such a fun line. So I'm gonna put him in F tier, but top D tier for now. Bob didn't say no to this because of that fact. let's do Eliza. Now, look, I want to put Eliza in A tier, right? But I'll put her not in A tier. Explain why. But I actually want to put it as F tier, bottom of F tier. There's a very good explanation why, alright? It's very biased, but I think it's a perfectly good explanation. I love singing along to Hamilton. And when the playlist comes to Burn, I can't sing that shit for shit. Alright? That song is so hard to keep up with. Simply because my voice just doesn't go that high. Philippa Sue's voice is so incredible. It's so unique. And the notes she can hit is just straight out insane. And I can't do that. So, and I'm really mad about that. It's a personal thing. It's a personal grudge I hold against Philippa Sue because she is just so darn good. Aaron Burr. I'm just gonna say this like straight up. Top S tier. Aaron Burr is my favorite character. Remember It Happens, my favorite song in the entire musical. Wait for It gets me very emotional all the time. I also identify a lot with the character personally in my personal life. And it just, I feel he does such a great job. His anti-hero-ness towards Hamilton is, I genuinely believe that Burr, as written by Lynn, is one of the best anti-heroes to ever exist. He has so much complexity, and when he doesn't win the election, and then his entire downfall, and World wasn't and the song World wasn't wide enough. World wasn't wide enough used to be a song I used to almost always skip. Now it's a song I almost listen to. And his character arc is absolutely perfect. And I think Hamilton, like in Burn, Eliza talks about an Icarus who flew too close to the sun, and that definitely applies to Hamilton. But I think it also applies to Burr by the end of it. And that just shows the great dichotomy the characters have had. It's a sad story for Burr. His story of not just never working out for him. Yeah, man. Damn, what an emotional character. All right. Finally, big man Hamilton himself. For a lot of people, Hamilton will be an S tier. I don't think he's S tier. And I think mainly because I feel like with Hamilton the musical, it has a bit of that Harry Potter effect where Harry Potter is loved by millions around the world, but nobody's favorite character is Harry Potter. It's always someone else. I don't think that's quite as prominent in Hamilton, but it's definitely there. I think he's better than King George. I think he's better than Reynolds as a character. I like him more. But that's where it stops for me. That's really where it stops. I just like Hercules, Lawrence, and Christopher Jackson more. It's the people around him. Yes, it's his story and his story arc. The influences, I'm more interested in influences of the story than his story itself. And that's probably because it was a great performance by these actors. And that's where I'd put him in essentially the middle, like below average of the A tier. Alright, and there you have it. That's my Hamilton tier list. Agree, disagree, let me know in chat, let me know in the comments down below. And of course, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.